Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am extremely happy to invite Miss Aditi Bhardwaj, who is national level Taekwondo player, second Dan Blackbelt, and currently working with Indigo Airlines as a lead crew member. She has completed her graduation from Kota University and later chose aviation industry for her career in the year 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Miss Aditi to our talk show, Professional Talks.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Welcome, Aditi, to our talk show, Professional Talks.
Thank you so much, Vikas, for inviting me. And
Okay.
I've seen your previous episodes also. You are actually doing great, guiding people, guiding the new students, the new aspirants to work on different professions. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. See, what is the vision of this talk show? There are so many students and young members who are preparing for their exams, who are preparing for the CA exams, CS exams, and who are also preparing for the airline or aviation industry. So I thought and planned that just take an interview of these professionals and guide and mentor these young members and students.
Right.
So
perfect. Because I do feel that a lot of states in India, since my job involves not just a state or a particular region, I've been through all of India, and I realized that normally we go for the traditional professions, like the parents, our previous generation, they believe in the safer professions like a doctor, engineer, CA, CS. Sometimes in sports, few states are very active in sports also as a profession. So as a growing economy, we also need to realize that there are other professions also which are doing well.
Exactly.
Okay. So these are no doubt very safe, and they require a lot of hard work. But there's a particular skill set required for the new professions also, okay, in which there's a lack of knowledge among people.
So that's why we had invited you for just awareness and to involve majority of students to the aviation industry. So very first, we'll start with your introduction from your schooling and your hometown. So please start.
Okay. So I am Aditi Bhardwaj, and I've been born and brought up in Kota. It's a small town in Rajasthan. People know it by the education city. It is very famous for IIT and MBBS preparations, IIT and JEE preparations basically. And my schooling and my college is done from Kota only. So before this, I was a Taekwondo professional, and I also started doing CS. For the preparation, I came to Jaipur.
Okay.
But I had to drop it in the finals. I had some other goals in my mind, so I dropped it in finals. So I completed my graduation, and I started playing Taekwondo since I was 8 years old. So slowly, after the hobby, it became a profession for me. So I was playing for the Rajasthan team. I did my black belt from South Korea, did the examination from South Korea. Okay. And I was playing for the Rajasthan team on a national level. And then I just progressed it to a national referee and coach. Okay. Then in 2015, I had to retire due to some injuries. So I took the retirement from Taekwondo. I had a lot of injuries, so I couldn't go ahead with the professional playing anymore.
Okay.
In 2015, then I came to know through friends that there's an opportunity in aviation, and there are walk-in interviews, and you can go ahead and give the interviews. Okay. So I gave the interview, I got selected, and since then I'm in aviation. I work for Indigo Airlines.
Okay.
In 2019, I got promoted, and since then I'm working as a lead cabin crew over here.
Okay, that's
about my background.
That's I started with an introduction, but we started like in conclusion. So
that was my background.
Exactly. And so there is a second question also, that after did your college, after you drop out from the CS, how you pursue career in your aviation industry? How people can approach to the Indigo Airlines or any other private agencies or private airlines? How they can approach for the career in the agencies?
Okay, so there's a myth among people that you have to join some institute for diploma in aviation to get appointed as a cabin crew or to get selected as a cabin crew. However, it's not true. All the airlines in India just require the basic criteria of 10 plus 2.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. And it requires a specific skill set because it's a profession. It's not a degree. Okay. So your education is just till 10 plus 2 is the eligibility criteria. Then the criteria comes that you have to have command on 2 languages which are spoken primarily in India. That is your आपका हिंदी का उच्चारण शुद्ध होना चाहिए and you should be pronouncing well in English too.
Okay.
दोनों में से किसी भी लैंग्वेज में अगर आपका कमांड छूटता है तो फिर वहां से बैकड्रॉप्स चालू होते हैं. Okay. Another criteria is that because you are working in a profession जहाँ पे you have to deal with the passengers.
Exactly.
Okay, you have to deal with people and it's a customer service area. So you need to be properly groomed. You should look presentable. And presentable doesn't involve makeup. That's a myth.
Okay.
You should look approachable. That's it. You should be neat and cleanly groomed. You look like a profession. You should look like a professional. Okay. So from all over India, I'll tell you the challenges which people face. Like in our states, Rajasthan, MP, UP, Haryana, we have Hindi as our prime language. So we are excellent in that. However, few people, they lack in the English communication. Same is opposite in the southern part of India and the northeastern part of India. Their English is very well, but then their Hindi pronunciation, उनका हिंदी का उच्चारण शुद्ध नहीं होता, वो उनकी मातृभाषा, that is native language की वजह से. ठीक है, तो हम सब यहाँ पे स्ट्रगल करते हैं इधर इंग्लिश और इधर हिंदी. ठीक है, तो काम हम सबको करना पड़ता है अपनी दूसरी लैंग्वेज को सुधारने के लिए, क्योंकि ये ही 2 लैंग्वेजेस मोस्टली बोली जाती हैं.
Exactly.
इन अ प्रोफेशन. अगर आपको कोई आपकी नेटिव लैंग्वेज आती है तो that's a plus. In case you are thorough in Marwari or in case you are thorough in Telugu, Malayalam, वो आपकी एक एडिशनल हेल्प कर सकती हैं. बट इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी का कमांड होना इज मैंडेटरी. Because this job involves dealing with people. Dealing with people requires communication. If you're not able to communicate properly, अगर आप अपने thoughts properly नहीं रख पाते हैं, तो you can't deal with the situation.
Exactly, very important message from Miss Aditi. She has mentioned that for joining the aviation industry, there is not requirement of any specific course or degree like CS or any other course like course from the private agencies. You can join aviation industry after passing the 12th class only, right?
Right. Okay. So a lot of people think, because these diploma agencies, I won't name the agencies, but there are few agencies which take a fees of 1 lakh rupees or 1.5 lakh rupees, and they say that will get you selected in the cabin crew, and they give you a diploma. However, it is not required. I'll give you my example. I was just a commerce graduate and I was doing my CS. I just did the walk-in interview. Okay, so there's no criteria requiring a diploma in aviation or hospitality. अगर आपका कमांड अच्छा है, आप कम्युनिकेट कर पाते हैं, अगर आपने अपनी पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में स्कूल में काम किया हुआ है, आपके नॉर्मल स्कूल में भी, ठीक है, हाउ डू यू एक्सप्रेस, अगर आपने एक्सटेम्पोज दिए हुए हैं, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करी हुई है एंड यू लुक लाइक अ प्रोफेशनल, तो आप वो इंटरव्यू वहीं पे क्लियर कर सकते हैं. जो बेसिक ट्रेनिंग होती है वो इन द एंड आपको एयरलाइंस देती है, क्योंकि हर एयरलाइन अलग अलग एयरक्राफ्ट पे काम करती है. सो वो ट्रेनिंग होती है आपकी 3 से 3.5 महीने की. वो एग्जाम्स होते हैं डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ सिविल एविएशन के. सो आपकी जो मेन बॉडी है दैट इज डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ सिविल एविएशन, व्हिच इज DGCA वी कॉल इट. तो आपको एग्जाम्स वहां से क्लियर करने पड़ते हैं. वो सिविल एविएशन एग्जाम्स क्लियर होंगे तब जाके आप एज अ कैबिन क्रू बन पाएंगे. ठीक है, और वो वाली ट्रेनिंग एयरलाइन की ही होती है. चाहे आप अपने लाखों रुपए आप डिप्लोमा में वेस्ट कर दें, that doesn't guarantee you a job.
Okay.
You work on your skills, your communication skills, your grooming skills, जो कि आप फ्री में YouTube वीडियो देख के भी आप प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, जैसे अनअकैडमी की क्लासेस होती हैं वो आपको ऑनलाइन प्रिपेयर कराती हैं, राइट? सो वैसे ही आप इंटरव्यूज देखते रहिए, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ब्लॉग्स आल्सो जो आपको प्रिपेयर करवाते हैं कि ये इंटरव्यूज पूछे जाते हैं, ये क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं किसी भी इंटरव्यू में, हाउ डू यू प्रिपेयर फॉर इंटरव्यू। आप वैसे प्रिपेयर कर लीजिए इन केस यू वांट टू सेव योर मनी, डोंट वेस्ट योर मनी, इट्स योर mother father's hard earned money, right?
Exactly.
So I'm telling a cost saving way to not give lakhs of rupees to a diploma company and then you are joining as a cabin crew. वो भी आपको गारंटी नहीं देता है, ठीक है, क्योंकि in the end आप ही परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं वहाँ walk-in interviews में.
Yes. And Aditi, what is the major responsibilities of the lead cabin crew, since you are the lead cabin crew? And what is major responsibilities in the domestic flights of yours?
Okay, so I would start, because people will be applying as a fresher, right? So I would like to start with as a fresher cabin crew. So your job involves customer service and then the safety of the passengers. Safety and security of the passengers. Okay, see, आप जब एक फ्लाइट में होते हैं, व्हेन यू आर इन अ फ्लाइट, वहाँ पे कोई हॉस्पिटल नहीं है, वहाँ पे कोई रेस्टोरेंट नहीं है, वहाँ पे कोई फायर स्टेशन नहीं है, वहाँ पे कोई पुलिस नहीं है, तो ये चारों रोल आप ही को करने पड़ते हैं, ठीक है? ओके, सो यू आर ट्रेन्ड इन योर कस्टमर सर्विस, जहाँ पे यू आर ट्रेन्ड टू हाउ टू डील विद पैसेंजर्स। किसी भी एनवायरनमेंट में कुछ भी सिचुएशन हो जाती है, आपको फर्स्ट एड पे ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है। फर्स्ट एड में आपको एक हेडेक से लेके एक बेबी डिलीवरी तक सारी चीजें सिखाई जाती हैं, ठीक है? यू हैव योर इक्विपमेंट्स ऑन बोर्ड, आपके पास आपके किट्स रहते हैं, फर्स्ट एड किट्स, मेडिकल किट्स, ऑल द इंजेक्शंस, ऑक्सीजन बॉटल्स, एईडी मशीन जिससे आप क्या कहते हैं, शॉक देके रिवाइव करते हैं इन केस समबडी इज हैविंग अ हार्ट अटैक. So everything is there. You are trained to become a first aider. There are few things जिसके लिए केवल डॉक्टर अलाउ होता है, and there are few things जो आप as a first aider आपको परफॉर्म करनी होती है. ये मैं as a fresher बता रही हूँ आपको. Okay. Then you are trained on self defense because there are a lot of incidences where people get aggressive. So you have to deal with those situations also.
Okay.
तो आपको फिर सेल्फ डिफेंस सिखाया जाता है इन दैट सिचुएशंस. ओके, एंड देन फिर उसके बाद आप किस एयरक्राफ्ट पे ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. आप बोइंग पे हैं, आप एयरबस पे हैं, आप बड़े एयरक्राफ्ट में हैं, छोटे एयरक्राफ्ट में हैं, जो भी एयरक्राफ्ट्स हैं उनकी आपको टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है, ठीक है? एंड देन आपकी ट्रेनिंग होती है इमरजेंसीज की. इमरजेंसी की ट्रेनिंग इंक्लूड्स in case of crash landing, in case of water landing, in case of fire, in case of unexpected weather. In emergency situations में how do you deal? ठीक है, आप कैसे passengers को safely आप बाहर निकाल सकते हैं. So we are trained कि अगर कभी crash landing हो भी जाए तो हम within the frame of 90 seconds हम सारे aircraft के passengers को safely निकाल पाएं to a safer space. So we are trained for that. Okay, so this profession is nothing like the educational courses. This requires a specific skill set जहाँ पे you have to multitask.
Okay. So people so people or students who are looking to the crew members, they are like this is an luxury job and there is not any specific work to them. So this is totally a myth, I believe. As I had conversation with you, you said that there is much struggle and there is much practical experience required for the cabin or lead cabin crew member, right?
Right. So I haven't even started with the lead crew responsibilities.
Okay.
So I must tell you, if you think that this job involves glamour and it's a luxurious job, it has a part of luxury, but that luxury comes with the hard work.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'll tell you this thing, that when we give the examinations of DGCA, the passing percentage, so we give examinations every week.
Okay.
that is run by the airlines. So every week we have the examinations of our chapters or of our modules. Okay, the passing percentage of every module is 90 out of 100.
Oh.
अगर आपके 89 भी आते हैं, so you are relegated. The reason behind this is आप academics में आप 33% या 50% से पास हो सकते हैं, बट किसी की जान आप 80% या 90% नहीं बचा सकते.
Totally agree with you.
Okay, so उसके बाद जब आपकी ट्रेनिंग पूरी हो जाती है, तब आपको डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ सिविल एविएशन का एग्जाम देना होता है. उसमें आपका रिटन एग्जाम होता है एंड देन आपका वाइवा होता है, जो सिविल एग्जामिनर्स होते हैं उनके थ्रू. ठीक है, सो दे गिव यू सिचुएशंस कि दिस टाइम पे वी आर क्रैश लैंडिंग, इस टाइम पे इंजन फेलियर हुआ है, व्हाट विल यू डू. ठीक है, उस टाइम पे यू हैव टू कम्युनिकेट प्रॉपर्ली. दैट्स वेयर द कम्युनिकेशन पार्ट कम्स.
ओके,
ठीक है, आपको अपना टेक्निकल नॉलेज होना चाहिए एंड देन यू हैव टू कम्युनिकेट प्रॉपर्ली, क्योंकि वहां पे अगर आपका कॉन्फिडेंस जरा सा भी लूज हुआ है, और दे वोंट टेक द रिस्क ऑफ 180 पैसेंजर्स और 200 पैसेंजर्स ऑन बोर्ड विद यू, राइट. सो पढ़ाई आपको बहुत करनी पड़ेगी यहाँ पे फॉर 3.5 months जो आपकी ट्रेनिंग होगी. तो आपको अगर ऐसा लग रहा है कि पढ़ाई नहीं करेंगे यार, मुझसे पढ़ाई नहीं होती, सो आई विल जॉइन दिस, आई एम सो सॉरी, आपको यहाँ पे बहुत पढ़ना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
और यहाँ पे भी पढ़ाई खत्म नहीं होती है. एवरी ईयर हमें हमारे लाइसेंस रिन्यू कराने पड़ते हैं. सो वी हैव टू गिव एवरी ईयर द एग्जामिनेशंस अगेन.
Okay. Is there any agreement between you and Indigo Airlines, or is that like a job that you can give resignation by giving the 1 month notice?
Okay. So for the freshers who join, there's a contract. ठीक है. So you have to submit 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees depending on your contract. आपको वो सबमिट कराने पड़ते हैं एज अ सिक्योरिटी, क्योंकि those people are training you and they require an investment. आपको सारे इक्विपमेंट्स के थ्रू ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, वो आपको अपने एयरक्राफ्ट पे ले जाकर ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं. They need a security amount. उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में आपका 3 साल का बॉन्ड बनता है.
Okay.
अगर आप वो 3 साल से पहले छोड़ते हैं, so that 50,000 you won't get. If you complete 3 years with this airline, so they give you 1.5 lakh rupees after 3 years as a loyalty bonus. Okay, that is considered as a loyalty bonus.
Okay. Got it.
And then if you want to leave, you have to be on a notice period of 2 to 3 months.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, Aditi, we had conversation with you, like we had added some positive points with respect to airline industry or aviation industry. So, what is the major drawbacks, or we can say consequences of joining the aviation industry for a married girl, or for a girl who is having a daughter or son like this? What is the major drawbacks and consequences for them?
See, the major drawback is that you don't have a fixed time. You can't go 9 to 5 and then you can come back home, and having weekends off या फिर public holidays, festivals, इन सब के बारे में आप भूल जाइए प्लीज आप लोग.
Schedule is hectic, right?
Yes, because people travel on weekends, people travel on public holidays. That involves your job.
So how do you manage your life with the aviation industry?
It can't be managed without the family's support, to be honest.
Exactly.
Okay. Sometimes it's very difficult. So we have a season called irregular operations. Okay, जब बारिश का सीजन आता है या फिर ठंड का सीजन आता है, दिसंबर टू फरवरी, उस टाइम पे हमारा शेड्यूल पूरा डिस्टर्ब रहता है. सो उस टाइम पे अभी तक हमारी फैमिलीज प्रिपेयर्ड हैं कि हाँ, शी कैन गो एनी टाइम एंड शी कैन कम एनी टाइम. शी माइट नॉट कम फॉर 3 days. Like I was stuck in this cyclone called Fanny in Kolkata for 3 to 4 days. Okay. I couldn't come back home. But then we had to manage. Okay. Without the family support, if you are married or even if you're single, if you don't have your family support, it can't be done actually. Okay. Definitely. But it's okay. Our parents or our in-laws, they love us. Okay. They understand. Or you have to make them understand. Professions में proper support नहीं आता है. Not just in my profession. ठीक है, आप sports वालों को देख लो, business वालों को देख लो. ठीक है, they also have to stay out. इस job के अंदर you will not get public holidays. you will not get you might not get to spend time with your family in on festivals. Like I am flying on Karwa Chauth from past 3 years. So without water, without food, it's my luck. So without food, without water, I have to operate my flights.
It's very tough to travel, like you said, without water, without food. It's very tough. So, Aditi, I want to add one more question here. Apart from your journey, apart from your struggle, apart from your obstacles, and I want to ask one more question here. Is there any interesting story you had covered in the last 7 years, like with any passenger or with any crew members? Is there any interesting story so that you can add on here?
There are lot many, but some are some stories I can't share publicly. Okay. And we didn't talk about the positive points if you want to motivate people. Okay, the positive points include the salary, your stays in 5 stars, food allowances, staff travel tickets जो आपकी family members को दिए जाते हैं. These are the positive points. हमें positive भी discuss करना चाहिए for the people.
Exactly.
Okay. And the interesting stories. Okay, so I'll tell you this thing which is not in our control. Okay, weather हमारे control में नहीं होता. ठीक है. जो हमारे कैप्टन्स होते हैं वो हमें हर फ्लाइट के पहले वेदर ब्रीफिंग देते हैं. जो भी उनका एस्टिमेट होता है मेट्रोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से, वो हमको वेदर ब्रीफ करते हैं. बट वेदर 2 टाइप का होता है, एक एक्सपेक्टेड जो कैलकुलेट किया जाता है और एक अनएक्सपेक्टेड, बिकॉज ह्यूमंस उसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते.
Exactly.
ठीक है. सो दिस इंसिडेंट हैपेंड in 2016 where it was a night time and we crew members were having our dinner. It was I think 2 a.m. 2 in the morning when people were sleeping in the flight and we were having our dinner at that point of time. So suddenly we were struck by a strong cloud weather patch which was not expected, जिसका estimation नहीं हुआ था meteorology department से. So okay, so the aircraft has a lower weight in the tail. ठीक है, आपका जो वेट बैलेंस होता है वो आपका मिडिल में इट्स फाइन. जो सबसे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट आता है, जैसे हम अगर कभी पहाड़ों में बस में ट्रैवल करते हैं तो जो पीछे बैठता है उसको सबसे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट आता है किसी भी स्पीड ब्रेकर का या किसी भी टर्न का या किसी भी झटके का.
राइट.
ठीक है, बेसिक साइन. सेम जो एयरक्राफ्ट की टेल होती है वो पीछे से इतनी नैरो होती है तो सबसे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट उस पर आता है. सो वी वर सिटिंग इन दैट टेल.
Okay.
ठीक है, हम लोग पीछे वाले एरिया में बैठ के, जो हमारा गैली एरिया कहलाता है, we were having dinner at that time. Okay. So suddenly the weather patch came and हम सब लोग we flew, हम लोग सीलिंग को टकराए हैं and then we were hit back.
Oh my God.
तीनों. Okay. So 2 of our crew members, उन्होंने अपनी अपनी जो जंप सीट होती है जहाँ पे क्रू बैठती है, उन्होंने वो होल्ड कर लिया. Now I was stuck again क्योंकि जब तक मैं कुछ भी चीज होल्ड करती सिक्योरिटी के लिए तब तक मैं दोबारा ऊपर बैंग हुई सीलिंग में एंड देन मैं सीधे कैबिन में जहाँ पैसेंजर्स बैठते हैं वहां जाके गिरी.
वेरी टेरिफिक.
उस टाइम पे हम लोगों को पता नहीं चला ये कि मेरी जो एक सीनियर थी उसका पैर फ्रैक्चर हो चुका था और मुझे सनायल और सर्वाइकल इंजरी हो चुकी थी. बट उस टाइम पे यू कॉल इट अ शॉक पीरियड. ओके, when you are injured at that point of time you don't know that how injured you are. You are just shocked at that time. Okay, so when all of this calmed down, जैसे weather patch हटा वैसे हमारी लीड ने बोला कि check on the passengers. ठीक है, she had a broken leg, she had a fracture, I had a senial cervical injury already. We didn't know at that point of time that we are injured that much. ठीक है, हमको लगा था कि थोड़ा शॉक वॉक लगा होगा पर हमें उस टाइम पे नहीं पता चला. We were giving first aid to all of our passengers. हम लोग उस टाइम पे भी चल के, जो मेरे सीनियर थे वो भी चल के सब लोगों को फर्स्ट एड दे रहे थे. किसी को बैंडेज कर रहे हैं, किसी को कुछ कर रहे हैं. जिन लोग सीट बेल्ट का साइंस का रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हैं जब सीट बेल्ट साइन आते हैं जो लोग नहीं पहनते हैं उनको उस दिन पता चला कि क्यों बोला जाता है उनको कि सीट बेल्ट पहन के बैठो. ठीक है. सो आई थिंक वो लोग जो थे वो अब हमेशा सीट बेल्ट पहन के बैठेंगे कभी भी किसी भी फ्लाइट में. हमें बाद में 2 दिन बाद जाके रियलाइज हुआ कि हमने सबको तो फर्स्ट एड दे दिया, हम खुद को देखना भूल गए उस टाइम पे. So she was injured for 2 months. She took a time of 2 months to come back to the job without the salary. I was having physiotherapy for 6 months.
Oh.
मुझे 6 months की physiotherapy लगी वापस ठीक होने के अंदर. So these are very unfortunate but very expected incidents जिसके लिए आपको ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है. ठीक है. But then as a person आप कितना परफॉर्म कर पाते हैं वहाँ पे वो आपकी कैपेबिलिटी या आपके स्किल सेट पे डिपेंड करता है.
So the journey was very tough, I believe, and the people are saying like it's like a luxury, but there is not any luxury. I think there is much struggle while traveling with the passengers, right?
Yeah, so, you get to fight every day. You get to fight every day because there's some or the other person who will carry all this emotional or the aggressive burden, and they'll take it out on you because they think that your job is service. They forget that our job is also the safety of every other passenger also.
Exactly. So Aditi, we had covered your struggle, your study points, like how you dropped the CS, and we had covered each and every story about you. So what is the main agenda? We had covered all the stories with you, and very important question here that you had an hobby like Taekwondo player. So is there any future planning for the Taekwondo?
Yes, I'm still continuing for my fitness.
Okay.
I'm still associated with the Rajasthan Taekwondo Association. I'm still associated. And kabhi bhi kisi bhi cheez pe agar they want me to speak up to the students ya jitne bhi coaches वगैरह होते हैं, कोई भी meeting होती है तो I am called. I join that, but that is as per my schedule. जब भी मेरा off आएगा तब I give them time. And yes, whenever I retired from them, my doors are always open for Taekwondo. But for that, I have to keep it up. So by side, I also have to work on my fitness.
Exactly.
And my strength. So I'm already working on that.
Exactly, Aditi. So we will conclude this session, and thank you so much for coming to our talk show. Your story is very inspirational, I believe. And thank you for coming to our talk show, Aditi.
Thank you so much, Vikas, for inviting me and giving me this platform to guide people and to clear out many myths. Okay, I hope the aspirants will now save their hard-earned money and just prepare at home by themselves, and they'll also keep the challenges in mind and the positive points also in mind.
Exactly. We'll follow, and Aditi will catch you later. Okay.
See you soon, and thank you. You're doing a great job, Vikas.
Yeah, thank you.